Straight at Landfair again. There's the dig. Opportunity, Pukas looks. And it is turned down the line. That's Mimi Colyer.
Mimi Colyer bringing the heat. First one didn't work as impressive shot by Colyer hitting that.
Pukas outside to Colyer again. Start by Minnesota. They're closing the gap in a must-win set. Backcourt. Oh, that one's a little shaky. Coming back again, beautiful dig again. I love that CeCe McGraw pulls out her hands again. Triple block, waiting for it.
Great adjustment from Oregon for putting 3 blockers from her all season.
A very happy Friday for her.
Well, Nunneviller's serving. Great all-around game for the All-American. Here she is out of the back, rolling it, and on the overpass, Colyer puts it away. Very, very low error this year. Well, setting up for Colyer. Oh, saved by the center, Elisaya. So Penn State plays on. Out of the back, Nunviller. Bilanovic pops it up. And Penn State trying to get it tied. Oregon trying to set up set point. And Pukas, no. Hollins rattling around at the net. It was Hope that tapped it up. Oh, high stakes point right here and over the top of Bilanovic. What a point, and it goes to Oregon. Down the line, Bilanovic. Oh, the one hand up. Nunneviller out of the back. Well, it's easy work for Bilanovic after the last one. And a block up front for Colyer.
Is Big West Player of the Year, 3-time All-Conference first-teamer. It's hard to believe that she's battling with Gregoire for that second outside position, but that Gregoire's just been exploding her stock coming into the start of the regular season. Seeing both of those players get a look today, and this is Colyer with a big block.
Pitt so disciplined. They can get a dig and a transition point. You never know what can happen.
Just need that service run if you're Oregon. Here's Stafford. McClellan, great dig. Owabete. Klicka with the answer. Stafford, high off the block. Purishai to Colyer with the pick in transition.
Number 63, Maddie Collins. Set up, back row attack there from Mimi Colyer. Long Beach looking locked in, trying to get back in this first set. De Los Reyes hammers it over the net. Dug up there. Mayer sets it right down the middle. Kept alive by Oregon. Klein sets it back row. And why not go right back? Morris fires this one over the net. Dug up by Long Beach. Set up, left side, cracked down by Karich, kept alive by Oregon. Set up left side for Mimi. Dink attempt, and it finds the floor. They've doubled Long Beach's points in set number 3. Colyer rips this one over the net. Dug up by Long Beach. Mayer sets it at the net. Nice play there. Oregon keeps it alive. Back row attack by Colyer. Dink attempt, and she perfectly places it. Sends this one over the net. And that one's an ace. Mimi Colyer getting in on the service ace action here for Oregon. Timeout now by Long Beach. Outstanding play there from Mimi Colyer. First, this was just a 1-point set a few seconds ago. That one's over. Mayer sets it up right side. Dink attempt there for Karich, kept alive by the Ducks. Fine sets it right down the middle. Dink attempt there by Glover, kept alive by Long Beach. Cracked down by Bacon, but kept alive by Oregon. Dink attempt there, kept alive by Long Beach. Mayer sets it right side for Karich, but blocked back. Mimi Colyer rejects that ball and throws it right back down into the ground. Big block there for Colyer.
They use them, and they've been effective so far for the Ducks.
Colyer the first on either side to double-digit kills. Lilo sets it off of Oregon's block. Mia Taverdi! Welcome to the match, Mia. Sends it back for her first block of the match.
Really good at cleaning up bad passes. You just have to keep it in court.
We welcome you to Matthew Knight Arena in Eugene, the final Big Ten Conference match of the night. It's a conference opening day, 2-0 Illinois, which is not the case. I believe the score we have for you is accurate. Here's Mimi Colyer, the great Oregon outside, connecting.
The setter swinging right through. Perfectly placed set there by Klein.
Shot by Mimi Colyer to the back corner.
Reaching with 4 hands over the net. Beautifully done.
A lot of teams target Granatari, make her pass. Well dug by Owabete. Oh, clever there. Mimi Colyer has everything going right now. She is 4 for 7.
Little's in the back court.
That's where Coach Ulmer has said they've progressed so much. They've been a lot more competitive with those subtleties as non-conference play went along. Now in the conference opener, Mosier, Hernandez plays the angle. Morris digs. Pushing it all the way across to Hernandez. Klein against the line of play. Great set to Colyer. Colyer 7 kills, 5 errors, and 18 swings, hitting .111. It's been the Oregon blocking and defense today.
Well done.
Who would have thought that Klein would be 4 for 6 and Brooke Mosier would be 0 for 3?
Yeah. It's Big Ten volleyball for you right there.
And Mosier hits for 1 rotation. That is thumped by Mimi Colyer. It's all Oregon in the third.
Neal goes behind the setter, open space up along the net. Take a look at all that open, making them pass off the net, really making it easier for that block to line up.
Owabete's service run closing the door on this match, it feels like. Excellent effort from Cristina Martinez, Mundo, Klein, Colyer, it's in.
And they have to be more aggressive to try and dig up those balls that they're dumping in the middle of the court.
Redshirt freshman, though, Klein really learning over the last few games how to attack from the setting position. Colyer on the bick.
Colyer on the bick needs to have more hands in front of her. If she's great delivery, Tatum changes up her shot. Like what I'm seeing right now. IU's looking good.
That was a hammer from Mimi Colyer. Meanwhile, Oregon lost their season opening match to Pittsburgh, have not lost since. And they've won 14 consecutive sets coming into this set. Maddie Sellis block, who has an offensive spark. That's her 3rd kill. Colyer, sharp angle. You see 5-1 scoring run. Good set by Ramsey Gary. Hayworth can take a swing, but Colyer was right there waiting for it.
Got to be really creative the way you're going to use that speed and that undersized.
Indiana staying in points tonight. Colyer had to wait on that one, still gets it done.
It'll be interesting to see how Oregon responds here being down.
Former top 100 recruit Maddie Sell had the block. Here's Klein to the back row, and Colyer, that's how they respond.
Yeah, you know, your swings and trying to put pressure on the blocking team.
Colyer smashed down.
Yeah, that's a matchup that's kind of scary. Indiana believes that they can chip away and get back into this set, and they are. There's 3 points away here. That's exactly who they want on the end line service.
This is the player who gets you back into a set. Cameron Hayward, their setter. Colyer shuts the door on that service run.
In the back court, especially that ball, I think it taped the net. So those are plays that you have to make in the back court.
Aggressive serve from Ohio State. Oregon puts Klein in a great situation. Tuman kicks it back to Londot. Why not go back to the hot hand? Dug up by Morris for Oregon. Colyer gets blocked. Athletic play from Christian.
Coming your way and your hitter is not the one being set. You help in the middle. Well executed by the Buckeyes.
Londot trailing by just 1 kill to Oregon's entire team. 9 kills, now 10 kills on the side of Oregon.
And swings high and hard.
Set from Klein out of the back row. Colyer.
Definitely challenge those that have somewhat of a better standing right now in the Big Ten Conference.
Yeah, there always are some marquee upsets, especially late in the season. Wow, what a dynamic arm swing
Approach.
That connection comes with time. Free ball for Oregon. Was well prepared for that ball to come back. Londot sprawling out defensively. Emmy Selman goes big on the swing. And Tuman goes to the middle. It's a little bit low. Oregon out to the pin. Colyer gets it.
That match point.
Match points, as you said, for Morris with the serve. Ohio State looking to get out of it. They won't. Oregon takes it. A clean sweep in their first Big Ten road trip of the season.
To Colyer, heavy ball put down. Leah Ford gets it blocked back, and Oregon gets to 25 first here in the first set, and they take the 1-0 lead on their home floor.
They are a dangerous team.
Oh, Colyer, long, but that had some heat on it. Too much heat.
Coming in to get a block here on the opposite with the outsides.
The angle. Colby Neal, one of the captains for the Ducks. That serve, touching the tape. Hayden Horse just pushing that one over. Colyer with a big swing.
An early run for Washington. Obete receives this one cleanly. Klein a bump set. Colyer takes a long swing. Wilson's able to keep alive in the back line. Bump set far side for Barton, and Oregon's block gets its first kill of the game.
Able to adjust, just not quite enough.
Huskies take a lead. From the back row, Mimi Colyer. We talk about the finesse, she can still do that. Powers it home.
Knocked balls down, and so far, I mean, they've got 4 blocks.
Backline attack, Colyer answers. Warren Bays to serve. Good serve, Obete goes down to get it. From the back line, Colyer, velocity on the swing, an overpass, and a double touch, point Oregon. Nice serve by Morris. Barton to the far side for Ensley. Oregon's able to keep it in the air. Obete sends a free ball over. Nice defense by the Ducks. Now in the middle, blocked back by the Ducks. Onio Febu. Barton to the far side. Fletcher blocked back. Ofebu. Nice serve by Oregon. Nearly an ace. I have no idea how Washington kept that one alive. Can't keep that one alive. Mimi Colyer. A Mimi missile. 2 aces, 7 errors on her young season. Redshirt freshman from nearby-ish from Dundee. Far side Colyer, dink attempt falls. Oregon's block had 3 tries there that Washington didn't take a swing on. And then on the third one, she's doing it pretty efficiently too, hitting 256. Oh, Fabu, nice serve. Colyer! Oh, that's a nearly a perfect serve. Hensley has to dink it over. Oregon's able to get in system. Klein. Noemi again. Can't do it back-to-back times. Hensley will swing it across. Morris, a nice dig. Far side. Mimi! 21 kills. Cross court, her season high.
That was impressive all around.
Oh, that's a serves from her have been stellar. Morris dives over to get it. Mimi again. Colyer, 22 kills. The most she's had in a match since December 8th, 2022. Nice serve. Barton corrals it. Back to Barton on the near side. Oregon sends it home. Mimi with the roof. 12-11. Knuckles it over off the top tape. Near side a swing. Nicely received. Colyer. Another kill. 25 for Mimi Colyer.
From the back row, and a miscommunication between Crawford and Orgel let that one sail into the back corner. Maya de los Reyes for the Ducks to serve. Sarah Franklin, great block, kept alive. Furbringer to Franklin. And Colyer in the back row, unbelievable dig there from Schumacher. Oregon gets it right back. Colyer again with the kill. What power that had. 13-13 in a tight first set here in Madison. Off the net and in play. Colyer off the block. The back set to Smrek, who gets blocked. And now here's Sarah Franklin with the serve. Nice dig there by Franklin. Orgel gets blocked. And another one. Big response there from Oregon. Orgel. From the back row. Amazing. It's like clockwork. Franklin now. Another tight pass. Chance for Wisconsin. Roll shot from the back row. Great tip, kept alive by Orgel. Anna Smrek gets blocked, and it falls in.
You can tell sometimes right off the hand that if it's going in the net. You can tell right there.
Franklin with the serve. Mishitting that one was Glover. Orgel gets blocked. Franklin out of system. Tip again by Glover. Kept alive by Morris. And Smrek tries to reach over but gets blocked by Colyer.
Oregon on a 4-0 scoring run. Garcia tips it over, dug out by Oregon. Colyer sends it back, and another beautiful placement by Mimi Colyer. 3 freshmen on the court right now. Sent over by Davis. Here's Colyer with a big swing. That one will stay inside the lines. And another kill from Mimi Colyer. Big swing from Colyer. Off the net.
The refs get set, they give the whistle, and Huang sends one over. Oregon in the backcourt receives. Picks it up to Klein over on the left side. Colyer sends one to the backcourt and puts Oregon on the board first.
It definitely looks like one of the more confident teams so far in this match, and the Ducks some miscommunication and misplaced hits. Yeah, and Oregon able to close things out towards the end of sets is something we've seen throughout the season here at Matt Knight, but still pretty narrow.
There's a swing on the way from Sire. It's able to be kept alive in the back by Oabete. Colyer sends one over into the back left.
They looked good right out of the gates in the first set, trying to do the same as they're now down one.
Schnitza airs one over, but on the far side, Mimi Colyer has a running attempt. Maryland's able to keep that one alive. Free ball for Oregon. Klein over to the far side, and Colyer cleans that one up. Wasn't able to gather that one in. Now we're all tied up at 5. Williams sends one across again. Klein up to the middle. Mimi Colyer sends one through the block into the hardwood on Maryland's side.
Against Washington for a top 25 matchup, 25 kills.
Klein up to the far side for Kobe Neal, but Maryland able to gather that one in. Now Sire sends one through. Mackenzie Morris, kind of a free ball for Oregon. Neal once again. Back and forth, the Ducks and the Terps go. Popped up in the air. Klein able to set up Colyer, and she just lasers one.
Set to tie it up again after a lot of energy spent.
Colyer dinks one over and puts it right where nobody was on the Maryland side. Allie Williams once again able to send one over. Received in by Owabete. Now Colyer on the left side, and she's able to find the backcourt hardwood. Morris able to get it over. Gunter able to pop it up and keep it alive. Bryant on the attack. Morris has to dig it out. Klein up for Ofebu. Now Schnitto with a soft attack. Klein up for Colyer. Colyer able to get one over. Dug up by Williams. Now kind of punched in the air by Morris. Colyer again with the attack. And this one finds the inside of the backcourt line.
Ducks still within striking distance of the match.
Spahn sends one over. Mackenzie Morris is able to keep it alive. Michelle Obete goes up for that one. Schnitto to the front. Sire swings through that one. Klein up to the right side. Ofebu able to get the hands on that one. And quick set, McClellan had to palm that one up in the air. Mackenzie Morris once again with a serve. Now Mimi Colyer again through the block. Mimi Colyer, Maryland trying to keep it alive, but they can't. Eva Rohrbach got a hand on it.
13-11. Oregon fans getting a little loud. Daly receives again. Purishai, back row, Colyer. Good serve. Borellis goes back to receive. They struggle to get in system. Kinkella, and a good job by Neal to tip it over. Owabete tries to find the campfire zone, can't do so. Bumps at near side. Kinkella again off of Oregon's block. Good job by McClellan to go over and get it. Colyer from the back row. Back-to-back points for the Ducks. They'll send Lily Bolin to start at the service line. Palms it across. Colyer receives. Purishai back set. Give and go with Colyer. Gets the kill.
Her body was turned way too much towards the right, causing the ball to go out of bounds.
Morris. Good defense by Purishai. Morris bump set to Colyer. Gets the kill.
Had a lot of injuries she had to deal with in her first season. In year 2, certainly a 13-match win streak to start this season was exactly what she needed.
Heck of a start for the Huskies, and they're looking for a few more big wins here in the Big Ten to kind of get some momentum after a few losses, but way better air than serving right into the net.
Nice job keeping that one out of the net by Oregon. Big swing, handle the overpass. Barton chases it down. Now back to Bush. Block there and down to the floor. Mimi Colyer. Matt Ulmer talking about Julia Hunt and said she hits a laser. It's out of the middle as a freshman. She was entered tonight hitting .399. Very effective. Barton. Nice dig by Morris, the libero for Oregon. And then Mimi Colyer.
With a lot of speed.
Colyer, my goodness.
Yeah, she's got an amazing arm, and one thing you'll notice, occasionally Wilson will leave her a little bit more inside than other times, and I think that's intentional because she has the ability to get on it so fast and hit that angle. It's tough to defend.
Sometimes, especially as a freshman, you have to learn that balance between making those tough sets, but also just making the right set at times, and she's still working on that one.
She's been playing this year a little bit as a backup and as a serving sub. Now getting a look with Pat injured right on the back line. Mimi Colyer turning up the heat.
Is expected, but I still want to see her try to go back and rebuild that connection.
Yeah, Alfie Ref said the reality is the rest of the team, the veterans, have to be sharper around some of our younger players like the freshman center. Oregon has just been too good tonight. They're hitting over.
Offensively, having a career night for this season high night.
Well, it's a career night too, but a season high, and the blocking has been there. So it's his 25th year, but he's not going anywhere.
I thought the fans, I saw that, and I thought they're going to throw him up like a concert and just kind of like have him doing the body, you know? Like. But right now, keep this ball in for Oregon. Give themselves another chance here.
Was back set by Riley, but Oregon was ready. Ofebu was ready for Beeson. Out of system, Colyer knew what to do.
She sure did. She went up that one, almost kind of did a juke, like a double pump on her shot. Ready to go, and like we said, the Big Ten, one of the top conference, ACC and Big Ten tied right now in ranked teams, but
by De Los Reyes. Passed by Nauk. Good shot by Glover, getting Nebraska out of system. So here's Oregon's chance. Klein, a big set from Colyer. We talked about how she passed Kayla Banworth earlier tonight on the program Diggs list for #2, and it was a special moment for her. She said, it wasn't like I came in to Nebraska just with the goal of climbing the Diggs list or anything, but we didn't get a chance to talk about yet as Colyer kills it. Murray's been one of the stars.
A familiarity going up against Keegan Cook when they faced each other as head coaches of the Ducks and the Washington Huskies. Hansen steps into it and fires. Shaftmaster back set, looking for Lydia Grote. From the back row, Owabete. Hansen going right through the block. And Mimi Colyer slicing it cross court.
Mimi Colyer is so fun to watch.
Serving in this 6-2 system. Without their defensive specialist in libero, Daly McClellan missing her second straight match. Another kill for Oregon. They are on fire. Someone capable of igniting a run for this team. Klein, the bump set, looks to Colyer. Grote has the charge in awkwardly, and Oregon comes away with the point in the Big Ten. Shaftmaster looking to Grote, and she's denied. Oregon all over the net.
This is why Oregon's block is so tough, because it's not just their middles up front, it's all around.
Colyer, 6'3", outside, can make those kind of plays. Grote has a tap right back, and Oregon continues its dominance. Lydia Grote, one of the best at the service line for this Minnesota team. Hansen fearlessly with strength over the net, but kept up. Shaftmaster looking for Engelman on the slide. It will fall, and Oregon will take a 2-0 lead in Minneapolis. Up 2-0 on the road in a top 15 matchup. Colyer, a lot of heat on that swing.
Colyer putting everything she had. He was pushing his fans, say, hey, you guys got to get your butts out there earlier if you want better seats.
On the slide, it is Minute. Minnesota right back to it, trying to stay alive here in this match. The back row, Colyer will sky and fire. And someone Keegan Cook definitely trusts hitting from the back row. Line, look at the Colyer, that's sent back. Owabete with a lot of heat. Prowl also denied. Savito seeing a lot of sets here in set 3. Prowl, another swing. And still the defense coming up with it. but Oregon is going to come up with the point.
Talked about her a lot in the open, being one of the more dynamic dual threats in the Big Ten, but probably more on the defense right now, 11th in Big Ten in total blocks. Isabella Patterson got the service call for Oregon. Colyer on the left side. Northwestern never had a chance for it. Colyer puts it in a good spot.
Has multiple times this season led the team in kills in different matches this season.
Got it. Colyer from the backcourt.
And if Klein can just get that ball down, that's perfect spot.
Sophia Summers sends one across. Colyer again. This time she gets enough power behind it. And again, Colyer off the block. Glover and Ofebu up front. Now this time Ofebu gets the opportunity to swing through it. Colyer and Ofebu up front. Isabel Patterson. Air one across, right to receive. Now on the left side, Hassan swings through that one, but the block from Oregon, they were ready for it. Now again, Mimi Colyer and Onyo Ofebu up front, team up to take that one down.
Russo there, who's again the setter and great in assists, kills, and aces, but not so much at digging, and Owabede knows that.
That's been a lot more aggressive here in the fourth set. It's a lead 3-0. Popped up to the left side, and Randorf. Now Mackenzie Morris up to Mimi Colyer, and Colyer able to find the inside line on the left side. Patterson to the service line for the Ducks. Popped up by right. Now on the left side, Hassan. Patterson had to go diving for that one onto her knees. Colyer puts it again in a perfect zone.
But Summers again doing a great job reading Klein's body movement, even if it's the ever so slight tip of the hand.
Bete has to go chasing for with one hand. Candy Hill sends it over, kind of a soft attack from Hill. Now Abete swings for the fences on that one. It's popped up by Carter. Now Reed from the backcourt. Abete again. This one too hard. Kept alive though by Summers, and somehow Northwestern keeps the point alive. Maybe Colyer from the backcourt. Popped up from Wagner. Ducks have picked up a lot of momentum here in the fourth set, leading by 7. Abete across. And it gets blocked again. Colyer and Neo on the left side.
Doing a good job trying to target specific players in that Northwestern back line, but just missed it there.
Colyer on the left side.
Group as a team and really kind of get their stride going here.
That was Mimi Colyer on that. Now USC trying to get an attack here. Batenhorst tries to play with some misdirection. First season with the Ducks. Tuaninga puts it up. Oregon on the offensive now. Another long rally here at Galen Center, and the Ducks get another block. First set knotted at 6. Ariel barely gets it over the net. Big hit here, and that'll find open floor against the Trojans. 17 kills for her. Gets that set off. Batenhorst will knock it over. Morris the first to touch it. Colyer and Tuaninga not able. Owobete hits the serve over for the first time in a little while for either team. Oregon keeping it alive. Big hit here by Colyer.
This first set here.
Gala Trubin back to serve. Douglas with the dig. Ariel just has to hit it over. Trubin with yet another one. Batenhorst hits it, but Colyer is there. Colyer with an attempt. Trubin keeping it alive. Gosnell not able to save it. Two straight points for USC. Trojans looking to make it 3. And gets blocked there. With her team down by 3. Big hit by Colyer. And the Trojans send it out of bounds on the attempted block. transfer from UCSB, hits it over. Gosnell on Yanwu, gets blocked by Colyer. Tuaninga has one service ace to her name. Good dig there by Morris. Big hit here from Colyer, and Trubent not able to get a good set up to Batenhorst. Gala Trubent doesn't have much of a run up on her serve. Famwina over to Tuaninga. Batenhorst from the back line gets blocked. Douglas with the dig. Another attempted block there from the Ducks. Trubin with an impressive performance. And a service ace, miscommunication there.
Of the Big West players who made a difference, 2023 Big West Player of the Year.
And she's a versatile player for them. She's got 2.68 kills per set to go along with 2.45 digs per set. She's getting it done on both sides. Rally starting to form here between the Ducks and the Spartans, and Mimi Colyer ends it. Taylor Preston sends this one over. Nicely played by Owabede. They're going to keep this one alive. Colyer sends it across. Preston to Bishop. Now Duzema sends it over for the Spartans. Back to Colyer. Colyer, nice save there by Bishop. Spartans looking to send it back over. A nice block. Now another attempt. It's staying in front of the net, and finally Colyer on the third attempt sends it down.
The NCAA hitting percentage leader in 1997 hit .428.
Akasha, and she's blocked that time by Colyer.
2 blocks from them early in the second set. That matches their set 1 number.
Mimi Colyer comes up with the service ace. The Spartans misplay it there. They thought that.
I've really appreciated the placement from Glover.
And Glover's been great in that outside hitting position today. Now Akasha Anderson trying to do some damage of her own. Well defended that time, and Colyer sending it down for Oregon. Nice job by Osea. Preston with the kill attempt, blocked by Oregon in front. Now Bishop across to Anderson, and that time it's blocked by Colyer and Ofebu.
The ball didn't get there, and now Oregon had a solo ready and waiting.
Mackenzie Morris on the initial serve. It's back across to the Ducks side. Sent down by Ofebu. Well defended that time by Preston. Spartans send it back across. And that time it's going to be a kill for Mimi Colyer.
From the back row, it almost doesn't matter. That time it did.
Kristen Klein looking for her 5th service ace of the day, but this one's played by Osea nicely. Back across to the Ducks side. Morris across Owabete. That one's blocked by the Spartans. Now Colyer with an attempt and unable to come up with it is Taylor Hold'em. As you mentioned, they are above 300, and that has boded well for them, as Jack said. Now Akasha is blocked in front once again by Neal.
I enjoy seeing that from the green and white.
Sent across by Osea. Colyer looking to end it, and it's kept alive by Preston. Just for a moment as that one falls out of bounds. Colyer gets the final point, fittingly for the Ducks. They come away with this one 25-18 in the third set.
It is 8-8. Strong back row kill by Mimi Colyer, 4-2.
Received by Morris.
For an aggressive kill by Colyer in the back row. Gets that setter off the net. Colyer finds that ball in though. 12-9. Short serve by Cochran. But a really great pass by the middle, I think. I think Neal passed that.
A lot of similarities all the way up and down the rosters as Chicoine, the best server for Purdue, gets them started the right way.
Chicoine has so many skills, whether it's from the service line or the service reception. She is going to be a huge playmaker for the Boilermakers tonight.
#1 recruit, graded by Prep Volleyball on National Signing Day, now a sophomore. Cross-court swing for Mimi Colyer, the junior from Lincoln, California. There's a good block touch and the dig. But Oregon's block was there. One of the best left side blockers in the country is Colyer.
Number 17 for Purdue.
Hornung keeps it up. Purdue wants a double, I think, called there. But a chance for Oregon to end the set. They do. Colyer is down, and Purdue is in disbelief.
She has not seen an error thus far. 4 of 7.
Colyer is in. Keep in mind, this is a rematch of last year in the NCAA Sweet 16.
Rotation 6, setter right front. They should be able to run that spread offense, but they can't find the first contact.
Opportunity here in transition. Chacoin is dug by Daly McClellan. Morris reads the tip. Here is Owabete. Allie Hornung sets Eva Hudson. It's in. O'Fave with block. Oh, Colyer reacting there to that faster set. Michelle Owabete out of Oakland sang the national anthem a few hours ago before tonight's match. One of the best servers in the conference. And they score off of her serve. Myers bottled up in the middle.
Pirishai has been on the court before.
Yeah, Pirishai logging a lot of time. 2-year National Player of the Year before joining Oregon. So deliver to the outside, a little better opportunity this time. Colyer gets on the board. Down the line, Libero there. Does she go there again? A little more into the middle. High hands, excellent touch. Best hitter with the result. Backline winner. Outside, there's a look at how the offense should run to Colyer. Inside. Bruins looking for the tie. Swing for it, not yet. That ball will be tracked deep into the court. Colyer, all the steam and the heat. Mackenzie Morris had 32 aces on the season coming in. Trying to add to it here, going short. Almost had it. Colyer down the line for the winner.
Shift and kind of move that direction, so it creates the seam on the backside as well.
Klein throws it back. Bruins reset. Good high set. Ome is stuffed. Instead, it's to the middle. UCLA doesn't convert. Colyer throws it to the corner, and this match is history.
But so far, so good. 4 straight points for the Badgers as Laban with the pass, and Zelenovic, a great dig by the new Wisconsin libero, Kristen Simon, a true freshman libero, and that helps lead to a Wisconsin point. This is Reagan Burns for Kansas. That was a good serve as well. Long pass over to Colyer, and she finds the open floor space. This is Reese Patak, the sophomore middle blocker for Kansas. She is from Prescott, Wisconsin, which is up near the border of Minnesota. Verbringer to Colyer. No answer.
But the block for Kansas is doing a really good job staying steady and waiting for her to do that.
2-point Badger lead. A drifting serve by Dalton. Colyer goes cross court, puts it in the back row. Her 8th kill. Viagic gives Kansas a lot of problems on that serve. And she tries to complete the point on the overpass. Wardlow sends it the other way. And a great block by Mimi Colyer. She stuffs Jovana Zelenovic. From Lafayette, Indiana, one town over from Purdue in the Big Ten. Cross-court kill, Mimi Colyer. I mean, she's just throwing it in the ocean at this point. Now Wisconsin back in rotation one. Furbringer just over the tape of the net. Over to Swanson. Dug by Viagic. And from the back row, Colyer, her 10th kill.
Furbringer just didn't make it happen there.
Colyer the pass. Back to Mimi. Point Wisconsin. Nearly an overpass instead of joust. Colyer through the block, a point for Wisconsin. Colyer from the back row, get out of the way. Patak serves, Wisconsin going small. Colyer, cross-court kill and a beauty. It is a basketball arena, Mac. Set point number 2. Colyer comes flying in. 51 swings. She's hitting 333, now 353.
Those are All-American numbers right there.
They sure are. Colyer, what a slice, 25.
In this case, Viagic. Wisconsin's leaving her out so that she has a better path to go back row attack because they clearly want to use her quite a bit, just like that.
It was the first attack error of the set for Texas. Grace Egan with a big-time serve. And it was pretty good in the opener against Kansas for Wisconsin. Badgers in system. This is Colyer off the block, dug by Stafford. Spears the joust at the net is won by Colyer. Back deep to serve for Texas. A VCU transfer who was great behind the line for Texas in their 3-set win over Creighton. That ball was buried in the back row, and it's a Furbringer, back row for Colyer, automatic. And had 2 aces in her Texas debut on Friday night. Colyer comes flying in and hammers it.
Doing it here for a while, was also on the Big West freshman team in 23.
And there's Mimi Colyer. Speaking of accolades, the 3-time All-American in the loss on Sunday to Texas, 6 already here. Furbringer sets up Colyer. Boom goes the dynamite. And good night on set 1. One would certainly think. It's Furbringer now over to Colyer. Great response there from the Wisconsin attack. Mimi Colyer.
Went for the little touch play. There's not a lot of room in the middle of that court. Would have liked you to just go all out at it.
Hayden Bones to serve. It's Mimi Colyer laying down the hammer. Too much heat.
Far for the Badgers tonight.
Madison Quest on the service line now for Wisconsin. And Sally Caldwell now with a big swing there. Good diving stop from Simon. And beautiful touch there for Wisconsin.
Yeah, they've made up half of an 8-point deficit so far. Still a long way to go. Service errors down for both teams.
And there it goes. Chapinski. Block from Carter Booth and Mimi Colyer. Grace Egan, big power on that serve. And so Allie Chandler is unable to get it returned, and Kristen Simon sends it back over.
Keeping this Aggie team in the second set.
Hannah Bones to serve. It's Furbringer. Over to Quest. She's stood up at the Aggie defense. Furbringer over to Colyer this time, and great placement from Mimi Colyer on the back line. Right at the freshman Quest. Furbringer. Over to Quest, who just has to fight it over. And it's Starr over to Chapinski. Great dig there from Simon. Big swing from Colyer, blocked by Caldwell, but it falls out of bounds.
Team high 9 kills with Jade Light. Painted that back line.
Furbringer up to Colyer.
Wonderfully timed.
Over to Habino. Back to Simon. Furbringer to Colyer. Big swing. far side left corner. Simon over to Furbringer. Big swing there from Colyer off of Cordero. Bar out of play.
Yeah, it was a little more like it there from Jade Light, retaking her game high 13 kills.
Furbringer Colyer off of Dunnigan.
Both teams ready to go. And from Madison, Wisconsin, we are underway. Una Viagic, the one who gets us rolling. Now Chicago State caught out a system. That's Furbringer to Colyer. You can see her in a white shirt for the Badgers. Going to be exciting to see how this back line does for the Badgers. They lost some players up front, of course, Sarah Franklin, Devin Robinson, but that back line as well with Gulje Guchtikin. Some players in there as well looking to replace. They've got the talent to do exactly that in the meantime of the day, but that's all attacking errors. Service errors right now, they have 5. Another nice swing, but another nice save. Badgers caught out a system. Now the Cougars will get to work. Set up from the far side, a little tapper over. Xenia Bertam on the swing.
Good hustle.
No doubt.
From that Cougars team.
Up against the student section as well. Furbringer will try again, this time with the freshman. Joust at the net. And Chicago State, that block's been doing their job this point. Now the Badgers, the ones caught out system, they got to get it over. Fun play we got going on, set number 1.
Warren
Badger
getting a
faithful
hand
recognize it, and they get the block. Colyer and Andrew teaming up. Second block of the day for Bucky. We'll talk about how the Badgers have some of those backline players that can also do some damage at the net. She's definitely one of them, as Mimi Colyer up to 7 kills. That's got to feel good for this Badger coaching staff.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday, an amazing performance by her. 8 kills on only 11 attempts, so hit 800 yesterday. And another kill by those Badger offense.
Yeah, in that previous matchup, we saw a lot more of Madison Quest, Natalie Wardlow, and the libero, Anaya Warren.
They go to Colyer on the first swing of the day, and the Badgers are on the board, 1-0. Milwaukee. Furbringer sets again for Colyer. Point, Wisconsin.
On the opposite side, we have this Milwaukee team who their coach says is a very young team at the net.
Colyer terminates and
Only ate their Wheaties this morning.
Johnson able to get underneath this one. Pops this one over. Andrew Simon. Just pushing this one over is Colyer. What isn't going this Wisconsin team's way tonight? But that's really all she's been limited to. 4 kills, and most of them coming off of tool blocks. Andrew off the slide. Sets this one to Furbringer, who sets for Colyer. Point, Wisconsin. Tied up at 1 apiece. As Erdman at the line for the Panthers. There's Colyer, and she terminates.
Service errors allowing the other team to capitalize and go on runs of their own.
Furbringer sets for Egan, who just has to push this one over. Goba now sets, tries to get that one over the block, does shuts. From the back row, Mimi Colyer terminates. Point, Wisconsin. 7-1 run for the Badgers as Una Viagic at the line. Pulling that one off the block, but kept alive by Furbringer. Egan over the top of the block, Erdman, the bump set. Just a free one over now for Colyer. Cross court, point, Wisconsin. A double-double on the night, continuing in action for Furbringer.
27 assists and 13 digs.
Colyer again, make it 28 assists for Furbringer. Hitting in the negatives for the match. Colyer terminates. Furbringer closing in on 30 assists as Wardlow approaches the service line. Wardlow gets that one to Furbringer. Now Quest over the top. Swing out of the back. Wardlow, a diving dig. Colyer from the back line. Point, Wisconsin.
Her 16th kill of the night.
The ball's going to float a little extra, so Coach Sheffield's okay with some of those close airs just like that.
Mimi Colyer plants that ball for Wisconsin. That is her 100th kill. Batch of eggs. Says it'll be the most expensive omelet he ever has. Wisconsin still keeping the good vibes rolling. That's Mimi Colyer up high. Swings things right back to Wisconsin. Here's Kristen Simon. Ring. Colyer. Cross-court kill. Point Wisconsin.
Got big hands in front of her right now.
Colyer from the back row. And the second set belongs to Wisconsin. Studer serves to try and give Marquette the lead. Colyer.
Colyer back at the service line. Goes low to the tape. It's a nice serve. Florida throws in another tip. Back row, and that was a deceptive set from Furbringer. Colyer down the line. That's been the target. Nice coverage there by Vajagic. Taking a bigger seam. Florida goes high. It's 50-50. Tip dug out by Furbringer. Colyer. Furbringer again out to Colyer. Different opening, dug out by Lily Hayes. Love that dig. Vogel goes tight, and another tip. Furbringer defends it. Colyer. Big rip, heavier angle, gets the job done. Point Wisconsin. Vajagic with the serve. Florida handles it perfectly. Roth one-on-one, and Colyer drops her hands inside. Bird thought that was a sure thing, that ball was going down. We'll see where Colyer targets here. She'll go to Bird. Wise choice. Just outside the reach. They're trying to manage that swing load still for Hudson. Hayes with the serve for Florida. Colyer, one on none. Perfectly ideal. Deep float, it's a nice one. Florida still in it. Bird throws in the tip. Booth denies it. It's still going. Here's Furbringer. Out to Colyer in the back row. Fitting end to this one. Mimi Colyer gets a season high 27 kills, and Wisconsin takes it all.
West trying to keep the good vibes rolling. We'll get over the top of the block. Furbringer going to set for Andrew again on the slide, but De La Mater keeps it up. Blocked again by Andrew. A joust potentially at the net. One again by Alicia Andrew. Point Wisconsin. Their fingerprints over this match in the Big Ten opener. Swing blocked by Booth. Bolin tries for the center dump. Kept alive by Warren. Furbringer to the back row. Colyer, point Wisconsin. Back row attack strikes again for the Badgers. Now it's Zora Hardison at the service line. Into the back, received by Simon. Setter dump for Furbringer. Kept alive on a free ball. Looking for 4 contacts. Either way, it's a point for Wisconsin. Wisconsin. Alive by Byzantine. Over the top of the block. Kept alive by Vajagic. Colyer at the net, just tips it over the block. Bump set, back to the right side, could be a joust in play, and Andrew and Colyer win the battle. And Vajagic to start things for the Badgers. Garvey on the receiving end of this one. Able to pop this one over, gets blocked though by Booth. Garvey again into the block, Simon there to catch up to it. Furbringer for Colyer, places that one in the back row, point Wisconsin. Kill on 3 errors, hitting in the negatives now. She's up to 3 kills. Colyer able to get that one through the block. Rutgers plays this one up, and it's blocked by Colyer and Andrew.
capitalizing on some errors, but have executed offensively at times as well.
Good dig by the Badgers. It'll set up for Colyer. Big swing back line looking for the paint, and she finds it. Had 17 kills against Southeast Missouri State. Her career high up to this point. Here's Colyer. Good dig by Iowa, but can't keep it in bounds. That's Alyssa Warden.
In Wisconsin's end.
Madison Quest sends it over again. Van Zant winds up, but softly hits it over. Colyer winds up and delivers a massive blow, denting the floor on the other side.
Attacking from the left side and aiming for the opposite side of the court. That time just can't keep it in bounds.
Colyer tips it over into the back corner.
Had enough power to sail that one way past the baseline, but the deflection explains everything.
Holy cow, watch out below.
Fully anticipating to bring that one to the wood.
Amaral sets it up for Varez, denied. Mimi Colyer putting on her best. Carter Booth.
Swing there from Tompkinson, clipping some hands.
That's a bit of a change-up. Tompkinson is in her first season with the Illini. She played her first 2 seasons of college volleyball at Texas. Did not actually see any court time in games. So Chris Thomas was telling us in some respects she is a freshman. Mimi Colyer is not a freshman. She is a senior, and she blitzes her first kill of the night.
And get that pressure right away.
Philpott, a sophomore for the Illini, all Big Ten freshman team last year. And Colyer with a power tip on the dime from Wisconsin setter Charlie Furbringer.
Madison Quest has been really impressive since she's been thrown into this lineup. She really is, like I said, growing in her confidence on that right side pin and developing more shots.
Kayla Burbage blocked in the middle for Illinois. Aguayo with the swing there. Furbringer now picks out Colyer, cross-court kill.
This season is long. This season's long, and I feel like having something like that in October in the middle of Big Ten play, or the middle of your season, beginning of Big Ten play, is a fun little incentive for all these teams to play for.
Mimi Colyer with the block out of the timeout for Wisconsin.
So important, especially in Big Ten play. That's what's allowing the Badgers to pull away.
It was 15-14 Illinois in this set. And now it's 24-15, set point Wisconsin. Colyer.
He's an undersized blocker, so Carter Booth has the ability to go right over top of her.
And the Badger block wins that battle with Kayla Burbage for Illinois.
He's on the right side, just based off of where she lines up in that rotation, tips it right over.
Andrew in the middle, kept alive by Kirsch. Aguayo off high hands, Furbringer reaches for it. This is Colyer to the back corner, point Wisconsin.
Corner, I love her connection with Charlie Furbringer on the slide.
Comes in with the top hit percentage in the Big Ten at .481 out of the middle for Wisconsin. What a save by Anaya Warren. A pancake for the Wisconsin DS. Back row, Colyer puts it down, point Wisconsin.
900, and she's doing it with some authority. I definitely expect to see Kenna Phelan keep going back to her.
Colyer absolutely plants that ball.
And her completely over her shoulder. Madison Quest did a good job up the net cleaning it up.
Vajic serves short inside the 10-foot line. Kirsch read it well, and Simon digs to bore. Over to Colyer. Puts it away. Point Wisconsin. Colyer up to 14 kills.
We've been seeing her hit a lot of cross court this match so far. When she gets it all the way there, she's going to take the line.
Well, the natural body movement, right, is to go cross court. So that line shot is honestly more difficult. Of his first coaching win, he picks up his 600th coaching win and is going after 601 tonight against Illinois. Kristen Simon, great dig on the line. Colyer puts it away, and as you have been saying multiple times tonight, Elena, it's...
Vajic sends it away, and we're underway from the field house. Demetrician from the left side is able to send that one over. Furbringer to Colyer, point Wisconsin. Now this one's sent into the back. Horner sets for Colyer, point Wisconsin. Michigan has been able to take advantage. Here's Colyer on the overpass. Reskovich to serve for the Wolverines. One away from 20. Horner sets for Colyer out of the back row. Point Wisconsin.
And getting up her rack and kills.
Vajagic to serve. The right side, there's Johnson. She's blocked by Mimi Colyer. Una Vajagic at the service line for Wisconsin, the top of the order. Swing from the far side, the dig by Vajagic. Horner from the 10-foot line to Colyer. Point Wisconsin. Vajagic at the service line holding a 2-1 lead for Wisconsin. Burke at the 10-foot line, just gonna be a free ball over. Simon on the receiving end. Now Booth out of the middle, the power tip. Swing from the right side, there's Johnson. Vajagic keeps it alive. Colyer, point Wisconsin. Vajagic once again to serve. Set to the right side here for Johnson. Colyer from the 10-foot line, point Wisconsin. Tied up at 11. A bit out of rotation. Quest from the left side, off the top of the block. Burke, Jacobs with the power tip, unable to find home. Here's Vajagic on the other end of that one, though, is Burke. Here's Jacobs over the block. Simon the dig in the back. Out of the back, here's Colyer, places it down. Point Wisconsin. Cochran to serve for Michigan. Colyer on the receiving end of this one. Horner back to Colyer. Quest able to recover. Booth to Colyer through the block. Point Wisconsin. Horner listed as a setter and a right side, so that physicality at the net is something that she can bring to the table. Swing by Jacobs over the top of the block. There's Chan to keep it up in the air. Bump set from Horner. Colyer from the 10-foot line. Burke back to Jacobs, the power tip. Chan diving for the dig. Colyer. Another diving dig on the other side by Cochran. Out of the back, there's Demetrician. Bump set for Simon. Off the top of the block is Mimi Colyer. Hits the Badgers to 23. The top spin serve once more. Horner sets for Colyer. Point Wisconsin. Horner for Colyer. Point Wisconsin. Perfectly in time. Top spin serve by Jacobs. Simon there to receive. Horner to Vajagic. Jacobs on the receiving end again. Gonna have to be a free ball over. Warren, Horner, Colyer out of the back, places it down. Point Wisconsin.
Lydia Johnson, she was able to get it off so that Abby Horner was able to do that.
A Horner to Colyer, that one well long.
So great job by Michigan.
Horner for Colyer, point Wisconsin. Despite losing Charlie Furbringer early from another sweep. That one blocked, but sent through. Colyer over the top of the block. That one into the Michigan bench. Can they get a free ball out of it? They cannot.
What makes her so difficult to defend?
Well, Kennedy Martin has so much power, but she's also really developed those other shots to where you expect the power, but then she can also get you short.
I have no clue how Grimes got that ball. And there is the first kill for Mimi Colyer.
This is why Jillian Grimes is so good.
Yeah, Wisconsin was up 8-4.
Yeah.
5-0 run changed everything. And Colyer still trying to fire her teammates up. That's just her 7th kill. Colyer serving. Overpass. Good chance for Wisconsin. Back row, Colyer with a meteor.
Have to pay attention to Colyer still out of the back row.
It is Vajagic. Great dig for Williams. Tip for Maluwal. Simon flies in. Vajagic for a second time, no. Back row Melby, a little bit awkward. It is tight. Tip. Quest. Malawal cleans it up. Bryant waiting and rolling. Here comes Colyer, downhill. It was late in the rally, but they did eventually find Colyer out of the back row. A lot of attacking potential there with her 6'3" size, but Wisconsin saw her as more of a setter, and they need her to be great with Verbringer out. A freshman Quest gets a nice bounce off the tape. Extended Wisconsin run at 13-5. Quest again. Dig for Wagner. Bump set for Malawal, and a free ball back. Back row, Colyer. That's in the corner. 3 kills on 6 back row attacks.
A little extra spin, that forces the ball down that much quicker.
Colyer. Got to bounce off the tape. And Colyer has her first kill of the second set right now. And they have been on their feet for a while. Colyer. Kennedy's second dig this set. Push down. Warren flies for it. Colyer again. Ends the set. A meteor to put Wisconsin up by 2. Wednesday, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on the Big Ten Network and the Fox Sports app. Early in sets, there has been reason to fear the turtle for Wisconsin. Not in the third. Trying to sweep Maryland on the road and split the road trip. Here comes Colyer from that left side of the Oregon transfer. Threaded the needle. Horner across the way for Colyer, tipping down and not back. Colyer showing off her versatility now. The country at libero out of Bennett Academy.
She looked like Superwoman.
Straight vertical, horizontal I should say. She did it again. Not quite as flashy. And it's rolled down. Colyer with her 12th, and Wisconsin has match point.
But Addie Horner stepping in, the true freshman setter in light of all of the news with Charlie Furbringer this week. Really pay attention to her connection with Mimi Colyer. They're really getting into swing, working on that, and I expect it to come to fruition.
Carly Hendrickson, serving specialist for UCLA in the game. Florida transfer. Horner throws it to Colyer. 5 kills for Mimi Colyer. She serves Simon. Colyer from behind the 10-foot line with the Wisconsin point. Pleading her innocence. Kat Lutz into the game to serve for UCLA. Colyer swats it over. Leah Power tip to the back row. Vajagic finds Horner and over to Colyer. Off some hands. Duffy to Lee. Pushed up by Horner. Colyer swings and puts it down. On the road against Ohio State and Penn State. Dropped their next 2 matches in a 5-set heartbreaker to Purdue and then Indiana. Bounced back, beat Minnesota and USC last week. So they've won 2 and lost 2 and then won 2 again.
6'7", and she's an athletic 6'7". But let me tell you, turning your shoulders like that, that is so hard to do.
Colyer hands the Badgers set point on Sunday to close out this Midwest road trip. Duffy with the serve, nearly an ace, a pass made by Warren. And Colyer out of the back row. Now, that's where she's really dangerous, Anna. Duffy to serve with UCLA down 1. Warren the pass to Horner. Colyer flies in and uses the block to notch her.
Treat it like a front row attack.
Singletary blocked by Booth. Lever at the swing, dug by Simon. Back row, Colyer. Too hot to handle.
Do the work. Defense wins championships, you know.
Mimi Colyer, I think, would maybe beg to differ. had the edge for the majority of this set. Wisconsin certainly hanging around as Mullen serves. And Andrew swings. Dug by Thomas Nathan in the back row. Weejay blocked. Egan pushes it up. Andrew on the joust. Horner for Colyer. That's it. And Weejay serves now for the Trojans, up 20-19. Horner, what a pancake by Gala-Trubin for USC to keep the point alive. Warren keeps it up for Wisconsin. Now Colyer, a tip. A dig by Trubin, but not enough. Point Badgers. Colyer serves. Overpass. Vajagic in the joust with Messer. Colyer from the back row. That's where she is lethal. Now it's Weejay, an excellent back row attacker as well. Colyer terminates.
You can't see the edges, and it opens that shot up for Weejay on the corner there.
One of the most exciting points of the match.
You take what you can get right now, too.
Messer to Mullen. Colyer plants it. Ace Egan had a big jump serve before her injury, now serving more conventionally. On the slide to Verdi, Wisconsin was ready for her. Over to Weejay, dug by Vajagic. Egan with the pass, Colyer, what a dig. That was Trubin. Colyer in the middle. Point Wisconsin.
Definitely something that Coach Keller has in his philosophy. I mean, if you can see yourself doing it through visualization, it makes it easier to do out on the court. So what a time to bring the adrenaline down a little bit, settle in, and continue to roll with this 7-1 lead.
Colyer puts it down, and boy, do the Badgers need that from their ace.
Moves to make something happen, but didn't quite get there.
Simon serves short. Weejay off the block. Corner for Colyer. Meany's got 20 as well.
Kept her hands in front of her face, moved to the spot she needed to be in, and pressed over quick.
Roll shot, dug by Vajagic. Corner in the joust. Colyer is dug by Trubin. Back roll, Weejay, what a dig by Egan. Colyer wins the point for Wisconsin.
Lose her contact point, it becomes very low. So that ball right there was underset from Horner just enough that Carter Booth didn't really have much place to go with it.
Colyer dents the floor and has 22 kills.
Kelly Sheffield's brain about it last week. Hey, you see her being that 6th row left side pin hitter sometime? He goes, I don't know, I guess we'll see.
Back set, and Markley is roofed. Mimi Colyer, very familiar in this building. Teaming. Washington's most recent match lost against their former head coach Keegan Cook and Minnesota at home the day after defeating Penn State. Tight to the net, but Colyer still able to score, and the Badgers stay hot at the start. For the Huskies, they're going to give her an MRI coming up and get more information. Mimi Colyer cuts it down the angle. She has so many tools.
Able to distribute a little bit more. I would like to see Washington incorporate their middle attack.
Colyer once again. That is her 7th kill.
They called one of their timeouts. The score was 15-5. Wisconsin was passing at 83%. Now we've switched significantly. Wisconsin now at 62%. She has to take that ball with her platform, but Alexa Markley just really disciplined blocking.
Now with a swing, she is blocked, and Colyer gets her back quickly. That is crushed by Colyer for her 9th kill.
The position groups within Wisconsin are really close-knit.
Colyer finds the middle.
Dig to kill from Mateska is just, that's a huge momentum point for Washington.
See if they can build on it. Colyer puts an end to it. Barton serve.
Wisconsin in system, but a block against Vajagic. That is maybe Mimi Colyer of all the things she does well.
Sound volleyball, and that is why we're tied at a set apiece.
Colyer rips it straight through the seam. That's kill number 18 for Mimi Colyer.
Into this role and strive for greatness, right? Lauren Carlini works a lot one-on-one with her and says Addie comes into film sessions and doesn't just say, hey, what am I looking at? She comes in with specific questions.
Best passer by the numbers this year. Anaya Warren comes in. Nice deep serve. Zoria Hurd, dig number 12. And Colyer overpowers on the joust situation.
He won 4 a couple weeks ago at USC Oregon. That was crazy.
And Colyer with her 24th. This would be a nice road win against a Washington team that's RPI 33 coming in. Gonna have a chance on this point with Colyer. Howery digs. Hurd handles it, takes control in the middle for Haney. Can Colyer get number 25? Not there. And Washington prolongs.
Myers hitting over 600 early with those 5 kills and 4 digs. Miscommunication for Wisconsin. Oregon in system. Colyer blocks Clemente.
You see a lot of team defense for the Ducks, as well as team setting. We've seen Vallette and now Myers get in on the setting action.
No one wants to get in the way of that one. Mimi Colyer explodes from the back row. Shepard on the dig. Bump set. Joust at the net, won by Wisconsin. Clemente just has to pop it across. Horner in the middle. Colyer cleans it up and finishes it off. Number 12, Wisconsin takes care of the Oregon Ducks, 27-25 in set number 4.
Number 6 and White and Olivia Malk, number 10, they are so good patrolling that back row.
They've been flipping back and forth at that libero position, and right on cue, Colyer punches back, and Wisconsin. What a set. It's a little tight. Colyer. The hang time, too, like even if it's slightly out of location. Colyer doesn't care, unfazed by the moment. No, it's a perfect scenario for Wisconsin, but it is pretty darn good from Addie Horner, who connects with Colyer. Right now, have not dropped a set this month. Gives you the context of how dominant Wisconsin has been this season. Grace Egan, she's been stingy and right back. Okay, Mimi Colyer finds it. Match point for the Cornhuskers. Colyer denies the glory for now.
Scarlet and Cardinal, the technical variations of the colors for Ohio State and Wisconsin, respectively. Hasbrook with the game's first serve, and no surprise, Mimi Colyer for Wisconsin with the game's first kill.
A defensive show on Friday. So talking with Kelly Sheffield pre-match just for a moment, he said, yeah, we had to just get on the buses, 8 a.m., load up, and move on.
Maybe a good thing that there was a fairly quick turnaround with the travel to Columbus yesterday. Gunesh serving to tie early. She serves Egan. Here's Colyer on the right side, and she puts it down. Boy, look out. Mimi Colyer already on this Wisconsin offense against Nebraska. Just the 3rd time this season Wisconsin's offense has hit below 200. It doesn't look like they're going to hit below 200 today. back behind the line. Vajic hit negative against Nebraska for the first time this season. Excellent 6 rotation outside for the Badgers. Tooman sets Jones, and a roll shot dug by Simon. Colyer tools the block. And great to have her guiding you through your freshman year as a college setter. That's the case for Addie Horner. There she is, and she sets Colyer.
It's going to be, she's one of those players that you can't stop, but you can slow down at times.
Yeah, I think hitting 239 against Nebraska is actually really good. And
this is the hard part of this sport is, okay, we got a good pass. Oh, unforced error attacking.
Colyer, goodness gracious.
And that's tough. That's one of those experience, that tactical thing that you can't teach a young roster, right? Hey, we had a great dig to kill conversion there. Don't go back and miss your serve.
Colyer from the back row, that's where she is perhaps her most lethal. Colyer out of the back row, just nothing Ohio State can do about that.
Set the best out-of-system attacker in the country, and she's able to kill the ball.
Vajic a great dig on Gauthier. Here's Colyer, another one. And Addie Horner the serve. Gauthier off the block, dug by Vajic. Horner for Colyer. Number 16. Match point, Wisconsin. Wardlow the dig on Castle. Gauthier, a great dig on Colyer. Hasbrook, sensational dig. Hasbrook, another dig. Joust at the net. Colyer. Webker. Colyer again. Gauthier a dig. No one home for Ohio State. And Wisconsin takes care of business on the road.
Came here to Wisconsin wanting to compete for a national championship. Back set. Taylor is turned back. 6 aces on the day for the Gophers, right at their average in Big Ten play of 2 per set. Colyer with the response. They needed a point. They know who to go to. Still undefeated. College football playoff rankings just came out last night. They're number 2. Colyer, back row, perfectly placed ball. Down 2 sets to nothing, but Minnesota going nowhere. Colyer, cut shot, cross court, buries it on the line.
Look at the numbers from today. Minnesota, 7 aces, 12 errors. Wisconsin, though, just 3 aces and pretty high error from the end line with 10.
Back row, Colyer, she splits the back row for the kill. Both meetings last year went 5 sets, and they were both great. Minnesota's hoping it goes to 5 again tonight. Hansen from the 10-foot line. Horner goes to Booth out of the middle. She's turned back. Colyer from the back row, snaps it through the back row defenders. Colyer cross court, zips it through. Swenson looks to Hansen. Colyer back row, rips it through. Massive leap as of late. Colyer back row, Gar can't handle it. Point Wisconsin. 5.
5th ace of the night.
Colyer snaps it cross court. That was powerful. Oh, an ace to end it. Wisconsin at home takes the border battle with a 4-set set win over Minnesota.
It's Vijagic to get us started. Krikovic the set, Corseas pitches it over. Here's Colyer, kept up by Jager. She'll now attack. That's a really nice dig by Grace Egan. And now Colyer with the kill.
It's normally Booth and Andrew, but this time Horner and Andrew, this Badger block, has really picked up steam in the middle of conference play.
Alonzo Corseas from the back row. Trying to dump it over was Horner. Indiana keeps it alive. Jager up by Vijagic. Horner the set. It's Colyer, and Wisconsin wins set one.
This season.
Addie Horner now to serve. Just over the net. There's Tatum, blocked down. Colyer and Booth combining.
Block, but that one was a mean one as well.
Freeman the bump. Tatum the attack, kept up by Simon. Here's Carter Booth trying to dump it over. Alonzo Corseas trying to do the same. Furbringer back row attack, Vijagic. Alonzo Corseas now into the block. Colyer and Booth. Arlo to serve. It's Tatum into the block. Colyer and Booth combining, and Wisconsin.
This is kind of the point of the first set where they really started to put the set away as they were up 12-8 and just kept the wheels churning, eventually winning that first set 25-13. Let's see how Indiana handles this deficit here in this third set.
Here's Mimi Colyer off the block, kept up by Jager. Alonzo Corseas. Another chance now for Colyer. And an emphatic kill from Mimi Colyer. 13-9 Badgers.
Putting some life now into this Indiana team, just like that. It's a 3-point set.
Not a great reception by Colyer, but she's gonna get the kill anyway. She is that good.
And it's difficult for the Spartans right now against these middles.
Vijagic with the serve. Berger with the set. Hold'em roll shot, sent back. Berger again, other side. Mumchular, cross court. Miraculous by the Wisconsin Badgers. Another pancake to save it by Furbringer this time. Trying to lay down the hammer, works out in their favor. My goodness, Anaya Warren. And they're trusting in Vijagic to serve. Berger trying to set it up for Mumchular. Recovered. Going cross court, might be an overpass. Battle on the front line, the chaos erupts and the Spartans can't handle it. Badgers up to 22. For Long, she's in the top 10 for the Big Ten in assists, but also a great server. Now for Wisconsin, trying to get that left line, and they do on the far side. What a kill, pinpoint accuracy. With milliseconds to spare as well. Schneider with the serve. Dug out. Furbringer. Colyer. Another kill. Hold them to serve now. Just had some issues. Furbringer. Set up for Colyer. And she gets another kill. 9th of the evening. Throughout this one, the Breslin Center has gotten quite full as well. Plenty of fans watching this premier matchup. Barely getting it over on the serve. Long, far side. Staniszewska finding the back line. But Vijagic was ready. Colyer gets it over. Staniszewska tells her to set it up for herself. Another time. They're still keeping it going. Booth some contact. Colyer again. Cross court success. Cooley gets ready to serve yet again. Getting it in enemy territory. Furbringer. Colyer chased down by Staniszewska. Far side. Colyer, second try. Works like a charm. Another kill. She's got 14 on the night.
Both of these teams are serving aggressively, which is what you have to do to get the other out of system.
Schneider to serve. Unintentional overpass. Berger set up. Mumchular tried to knock it down. Furbringer near side. Another kill for Mimi Colyer, 15th of the night.
Attack from Colyer, so great decision by Charlie Furbringer in setting her back.
Berger, far side. Mumchular, roll shot over the top of the front line. Furbringer, far side again. Colyer tooling the block. Wardlow with the serve. Schneider with the dig. Mumchular, barely over the front line. Furbringer sets it up far side. Miscommunication, but works out in the Spartans' favor. Staniszewska has to get over. She does. Furbringer again. Colyer! Who are you going to call? It's Mimi Colyer yet again. Another kill out on the board. 18 for her.
Because she trusts that her setter will put it in a great position.
She has 10 blocks, 8 kills. Berger, far side. Mumchular, roll shot. Scrambling on defense. Warren was there. Sent off the hands of Staniszewska. My goodness, so much power from Colyer.
She just swapping Booth for Andrew. Charlie setting the same ball.
Viagic with the serve. Long sets up just barely. Staniszewska has to adjust. They should have let that one go. Would have been over. But instead, they answer yet again to finish off Colyer with the kill. How else will they do it? 21 kills on the night for Colyer.
Open space for her to go, swing hard to the corner.
Phelan ready for that dump by setter Charlie Furbringer. So the setter Phelan, who does that herself a bunch, was ready for Furbringer's attempt.
Really cut down to that 10-foot line.
Kenzie Kogan the serve for the Illini, and from the right side, Furbringer, who was an All-American as a freshman last year, with that serve, and you just said it.
Egan was back there earlier. Absolutely phenomenal hitters. Use them at any position they're at on the court.
19-16, now 19-17 as another one. 9th tie, first time though since it was tied at 11. Now it's a race to 2 straight for one of these teams to get a first set win. Back row attack, Colyer, and Wisconsin is going to be the team that gets the first set point. Taryn Kirsch serving. Again, this has been a race to see who can get 2 straight, and nobody can. Colyer down in front of Kirsch, 31-30.
Start out the second set.
First kill tonight for Gabby Dean, again in place of Kayla Burbage in the lineup for the Illini. And Mimi Colyer now.
Got a little bit of a campfire going.
Avery Hernandez the serve, Simon on the serve receive, Furbringer the slide with Andrew. Furbringer was back row attack, Colyer. And Mimi Colyer with her 12th kill. Illinois now within 6. Colyer will end that run at 4.
A lot of what we've been seeing today, name of the game's kind of service errors. That's a huge foundational part of this game. You can't play volleyball if the serve is not in play.
Underway here in set 3. See what Illinois has in them if they could. In danger of falling back down to 500 in Big Ten play. And now back to serve. Addie Horner into the match. Talked about how she filled in admirably, more than admirably, for Furbringer. Badgers went 7-3 with Horner serving as the primary setter. The pancake attempt by Phelan.
So beautiful to watch, especially with her skill set.
Served by Kogan. Colyer. You know what's beautiful? Aguayo on the serve. Simon on the serve receive. Back row attack, Colyer, and the block by DeBoer.
She doesn't have to jump all that high to get some power behind the ball.
Tom Consider really likes to watch film and review her play and make sure she's changing up her shots. Kenzie Kogan with the Illinois serve. Furbringer goes to Egan. Hernandez the up. Kirsch calls to set Aguayo, but Booth next to Colyer.
Egan serving now, another player for the Badgers who missed about a month with a knee injury right at the start of Big Ten play. She's worked her way back into midseason form and is playing fabulous defense for Wisconsin, getting her offense going here early. From the back row, Mimi Colyer doing what she does best. Anderson, the Michigan State transfer, has been fabulous in her final season of eligibility, her only season with Purdue. Great dig by Ryan McAleer. There's Akasha Anderson again, and a dig in the back row by Vajagic. It sets up Colyer, who puts it away. They've already burned one of their 2 timeouts in the set. McAleer lays out for it. Lindsay Miller on the slide, and everything's coming up Cardinal red and white.
I mean, she proved it right there. She's getting better at it.
Great short serve by Grace Heaney. No answer for Mimi Colyer out of the back row. Planted for a Wisconsin point, 21-12. Natalie Moravec with the serve. Andrew dug by Anderson. Andrew again. Badgers riding the hot hand. Purdue ready for it on this point. Mimi Colyer, cross-court kill.
Natalie Wardlow again. Better reception from Iowa, but the set wasn't great. Colyer for a 3rd time. Kept alive. Schlittler. And again. Free ball coming for Wisconsin. Here's Mimi Colyer. And you're going to be seeing that a bunch.
Just what makes you a complete team.
Claire Amaral now with the serve. From the back row is Mimi Colyer. Straight at the feet of Milana Moisio.
The Hawkeyes 4 for the Badgers in set 1.
Here's Colyer. Absolutely crushed.
Alnati tonight, 18 kills, 2 aces. The serve is clean. Furbringer for Colyer, mistimed it, nearly gave it free. Harris into the block, and that'll do it. Wisconsin avoids the set 3 scare and wins it in 4 sets to advance to the final game of the regular season.